So you want to use Elementor Pro, but you don't have the money to buy Elementor Pro, or you just want only one feature, and for just one feature buying Elementor Pro just seems too much. And that's why I'm creating this video to showcase lots of Elementor Pro features that you could get for free with just other plugins. So even though I'm saying to use like other plugins, you need to make sure that if you can purchase or if you have the budget to Elementor Pro in future or like maybe now, get Elementor Pro, because then you just have to worry about one plugin, and having less plugin just basically means that you have less WordPress conflicts, there's less chance of website breaking and faster website speed. All of the links of the plugins are in description, both the free and premium versions, and for all of this we are using free version because obviously it's supposed to be free. So the first one I'm going to show you is called Premium Add-ons for Elementor by Leap13. So make sure you have installed this. And right now I just installed like templates. So if you go into like this premium icon, and once it's loaded, you could like check their own stuff, and lots of it has like pro stuff like this one, but you could like usually use like the free versions pretty easily. So let me show you what you can get. So the first feature that I want to show you is this double heading. And actually you don't even need to, this is not even provided in Elementor, but I'll still showcase it because I have added it here. Basically you could add like two different headings on top and bottom, and you also have the ability to add, I guess, where is it, the background text, something like this. So you could type something like this in the background, and you could add like the static effect to the first part or second part. Again, this is not something that Elementor Pro even provides, so I don't know why I'm showing, but I'll just show something that Elementor Pro provides, but it's not provided in the free version. So one of this is this carousel thing. So basically these are just images, and it will automatically, if you add the advanced carousel widget by premium add-ons, it will basically just add this marquee effect. Basically you can make it go from right to left or left to right. There is the button option. In this button you could basically add an icon, and then you could add an image. It is called image button. Again, these are not provided in Elementor Pro, but let me show the best one. One of the things that Elementor Pro provides is something that is called Carousel widget. And if you don't know about the new Carousel nested widget, you could actually just, for example, if I add tabs, because tabs is free, if I add tabs, you could see I get an option to add widgets around here, like this containers for each tab. So even for the new carousel widget, which is not present in here, you could see there's only image carousel present. But what you could do is you could actually use templates inside them and then use that as a carousel. So you could basically create whole sections with templates, or with Elementor I mean, and then add it in that. So what I'm using is right now here, it is called edit carousel, or basically carousel. So just search for carousel. Look for the PA icon. Now I have too many plugins installed because I was testing all, but if you go into just this one, which is Carousel by PA premium add-ons, and if I go into my templates, save templates, if I click with edit with Elementor for this ones, now if you check this Elementor templates which I added in the save templates, you could see I have created like a container, and then I have added 3 images, and you could actually create anything with Elementor here with any widget. Again with here and again with here, you could check. You could create anything that you want, and basically you could go in carousel widget, choose repeater, go into template, and you could choose any template that you want to show in a carousel. So you could create any slider, any design slider that you want. And what's crazy is that you could create a hero section with like slider with this one, because you cannot even use the slider for the premium the Elementor Pro slider in the free version. So what you could do is you could just create this one, like make a container like this. I'm going to move this one around. If I can move it, it's not moving, so let me just copy paste it. Copy, paste. And what you could do is basically make this full width, remove the padding, and basically you could just use this template to create these sliders like this. So if you go into position, you could actually change the position of your this slider icons, and you could actually get like a whole hero section, which is like a slider. Right now the image in the template is like only box layout, but if you make like full width section, you could create a whole slider, a hero slider in it with this carousel widget. It is a very powerful carousel widget. The next one is Lottie animations. Now let me show you what this is. Right now it is set to loop, but if I don't set it to loop, it will only load once when I have scrolled like this. If once I've scrolled, it will load and then it will do that animation. And basically Lottie widget is only available in the premium version. Next is new sticker. Basically this is something I just wanted to showcase. It's not even provided in Elementor Pro, but here you could just go and add a new sticker by premium add-ons. You have multiple layouts, layout 1 and 2, and basically you could just add a text here and then just type whatever you want and it will just show there. So like a nice new sticker. Or you could also add like your posts so that it shows the latest post. The next one I want to showcase is the video box, and right now the video is not you are not seeing the YouTube thumbnail because on the overlay we actually have an image. So if I remove that, you can actually see the YouTube ones. But if you don't want to, you could actually add your own thumbnail and then add a play icon. But the important part about this is when you scroll, it just goes on top, and you could choose wherever you want. If you want it to be top left, bottom right, that stuff. So let me just close that. Next is creating form, and this one form is actually using contact form 7, and you will need to do the changes in contact form 7, and that's not the tutorial for this one. The form widget does come with Elementor Pro, but you could use contact form and then premium add-ons contact form widget to actually edit it to make it look however you want it to be. Next, it just looks like a normal button, right? But as soon as I click, it actually loads the template. So you could see I have a close button, and you could also add an X button there. So basically you could create a model box. It's called model box by premium add-ons. And here you could add any template in it. So you could just use, template. I'm not even sure what I'm saying sometimes. This one you could see nothing's happening. So let me just show you what's actually happening. So if I scroll down to this section, you could see it is actually moving like a floating icon. And if I just click on this one, go in advanced, if I go into floating effects like PA, I can actually add like floating effects for translate, which is going up and down from -18 to 18 pixels, and this one is set to 0. The only issue is that it is like annoying to control this to get like the perfect pixels. Then there is option for rotate, scale, skew, so you could make it scale down, stuff like that. This is just another thing that I wanted to showcase. If you go into like styles and go into animated shape divider, you could see like the shape divider stuff. You could add animated shape dividers. I've never used it, so I'm not going to tell you if it's good or not. Now another thing that I want to show is, now in the latest version, Elementor actually added a stuff called, this is the old one. Let me check. So in the container, if you go into additional, and you could add an a link to your stuff, so your whole container you could add a link. But what's the problem with this one is that if you have any other link inside this container, it will just mess it up. Even if you add a button with no link in it, it will mess the whole layout. So what you could do is, for premium add-ons, you could click on this, go in layout, you could see the wrapper link, and you could add a URL around here. And this one will actually create a link on this container on top of everything. So that way you don't need to use the annoying this a link, which actually breaks everything if you have a link inside this. Another thing that you could do in premium add-ons is basically go into any section, go into settings, and then use display conditions. And this is something that Elementor does not have, but they do have it in the planned update. So they will add an update which would have this option, but right now as it does not have, so this also adds an option to show display condition, which is different than just using responsive, because in responsive it just hides the element And when I created the other video where I showed like a button which had like HTML, JavaScript and CSS in it, and I didn't want it to load it for mobile, the JavaScript shouldn't be loaded for mobile, I just added this condition like show element only if the device is desktop. So it will only show for desktop and not for mobile and tablet. So the next thing I want to show you, and it's not just for let me show, it's not just for this essential add-on for Elementor that you could actually install. It is like different gallery items which you could, you know, if you go into gallery items, you could actually add images and I assume video. Yep, video too. I don't use this one, I use the premium add-ons, but I just wanted to showcase that you could also use this widget. And basically if you go into my site, I'm using premium add-on to actually use this grid or this this tab section. And it is also provided in the free version of Elementor, the new free versions. So like I showed, in tabs you could actually create like multiple stuff inside this with containers, but I just use this once because it just looks good and works good. Next is the tooltip content. When you scroll over it, you see this one pops up. You could add it like text, that when someone hovers on the text, it shows something around here quickly. Again, not much on essential add-on that I found. Now royal add-on for Elementor, I have shown this plugin on my site a lots of time because it's just very cool. One of the thing that you could add is image hotspots. Does it? So in premium add-on, it does not allow hotspots. So you could see basically you could add an image and then have a content around here to show, like, let's say if you add a house image and then you want to show like this is this type of this quality of window or this material of window, or just use tooltip for anything basically, and you could just move it however you want, wherever you want, and there's like lots of options to like change it. Next, and the most important feature of royal add-on is the ability to add. If I go into the advanced section and scroll down, you could see custom CSS not allowed in Elementor free, but in the royal add-on you could actually use it in the same way as you use in the premium version. So I actually have it saved around here, and if I go around this section and then add my custom CSS, you could see it actually works it perfectly. All of the sections are changed to that size with all of the CSS working. So custom CSS, it's very powerful. Another thing that I just wanted to show you guys is basically the ability to add like particles. It is also like not provided in Elementor by default, but you could add particles, and then there's this is added by JSON file. So you could just click here and then you could generate JSON and you could create like different particle effects. So it's just not this style. I don't know if this is the site or not. Yep, this is the site. You could actually generate anything around here like stars and stuff with different particle styles, and then basically add the JSON script here. Next is the Parallax Effect, which is, again, let me choose it in this way, I guess. So if I go into styles, Parallax add-ons, and there are two options right now. So if I delete this one, you could see there's one parallax, which is this one. It works, just if it's not looking like it's not working around here, it's basically because we are in, or we will need to like do apply and stuff. If you see, it is actually working. And another thing that you could add is, if you go into parallax one, you could also add the multi-layer, in which you could add multiple images. You could change the position and then have them move with the base of your crosshair, or sorry, your mouse. So you could have like an image here with trees in the front, and when you move with your mouse, the trees will move, and you could also add both of these together and they both will work. Right now you could see the background isn't working, but that's because we need to like apply, and then it will actually show. One important thing that I almost forgot is I installed another plugin called Elementor Anywhere, or Anywhere Elementor. So it's called Anywhere Elementor. Just install it, and once you do, you could actually create a template, and when you use this shortcode, so if I just copy this shortcode, so I have created like a test template, you could see. So just an image with like what you call my website name. And if I go and add like shortcode like this and then paste it here, you could see that I can actually just add it like this one. I'm not sure what this is not added by, I think, default. This is some other plugin adding this option, but usually you only get option like enter your shortcode. And when I add this shortcode, you can create anything around here. You could create any slider, you could create anything that is possible with Elementor, and you could use the shortcode to actually show it here. So just install the plugin anywhere Elementor and it would just make it. You need to make it in this section, AE templates, all AE templates, and it will just show it here. That's nice. And yeah, so one of the another thing that I wanted to show you guys is the Woocommerce plugin. It's called Elementor. So basically you install the plugin called Elementor, go into template library, and I'm not going to show everything about this one, but basically if you go in Elementor, you could create WordPress single page templates. So for example, this one is created with Elementor like this, and the best part is you could actually add videos to your themes, or sorry, your single images. The Woocommerce builder, which comes with Elementor Pro, you could actually do it with just Elementor, and you can only use it for like the single page or archive page, shop page, archive page, single page, and not for cart page. Cart page and checkout page is the premium version. But the best part is in this one, you could actually add videos to your products, and all you need to do is to add videos to your product is to basically go into your image which is used on the product section, and then basically click on the product image, whichever one you want the video to be, and then scroll down, and here is a video marked, and you could just add a YouTube URL here. And for me, I have added in the product gallery, which is why it showed in the second image, not the front image. So if you add for the front image, it will show the video on front image. If you showed for any other images, it will show in the gallery, and you could add multiple videos that way. And I'm not going to show you how you can edit it like for each one of them, but basically to actually show the video, you will need to use their own WL product video gallery. So if you go into this one and type product gallery, sorry, video gallery, you will need to use this one for the image in the template builder. So here inside this one, and everything else is same. You could use the add to cart. I'm not making the whole video explaining how to do that. It's just adding widgets. That's nothing crazy except this part only, which is crazy, and you could actually create your custom page. You cannot do it for cart page and checkout page. That is only for premium version. So yeah, check that out for Woocommerce builder. So right now that is all I can find right now, and I'll actually create another part and I'll link it in the description or in the comment section when I find like the more other features that are not provided in Pro and or not provided in free and are present in Pro, and I'll find the plugins that actually do it.